I wanted to address a message I received on my YouTube channel from John Remisat. Hope I said your name correctly. And I want to share a video about this. And thank you so much, John, for commenting. I always appreciate when my community reaches out to me with questions, feedback, comments, because I love to hear how you guys think, what you think, and your experiences. So thank you so much for that. Now, this was in regard to the video, more controversy about Dolores Cannon. But you, John, say perhaps she wanted or had written non-disclosure and didn't want any reflection of the reading coming back to her or her client. Privacy. Also, I think Dolores Cannon was a great gift to us, and by comparing your work to hers, somewhat marginalized her. I recently saw a video done by Sam the Illusionist where he channels a message about her in that she has reincarnated recently again as an avatar. Again, thank you for this comment. The last statement, I agree with you. I mean, I have no doubt. How about that? I have no doubt that Dolores Cannon might have reintegrated into this world again. No doubt about that. And the other thing is, yes, if you are a caring and competent doctor, surgeon, therapist, you, of course, will have non-disclosure agreements, as I do as well, as Dolores Cannon probably did as well, which doesn't stop her, or didn't stop her from writing tons and tons of books about the cases, about the people that she worked with and the results that she was able to achieve with those people. And of course, she changed the name. Just like the surgeon, nothing should stop him to talk about the amazing results he has had with the most sophisticated, complicated cases and surgeries that he has, been able to achieve. So we all have the right to share stories about our clients, right? And the results that we have been able to achieve, as I often do on my YouTube channel and many other sources. In addition, I have so many people that actually came forward on my YouTube channel sharing their experiences, what it was like to work with me, where they were before, where they are now, and what they have been able to achieve since then. Having said that, I also am not sure if you know that I personally have studied with Dolores Cannon and therefore am incredibly, incredibly humbled and proud and ridiculously satisfied that I get to do this work that I learned from Dolores Cannon. Now, having said that, in addition to having learned from Dolores Cannon, I have had many, many, many other incredibly talented, phenomenal teachers in the space of self-development, transformational coaching, and hypnotherapy. So in the meantime, what I have done, in my own opinion, I have kind of fused and put together what I consider the best of the best processes and bring them to my sessions, bring them to my coaching, bring them to hypnotherapy. And of course, as a practitioner who considers herself confident and competent, it is my job to know which part might I want to implement that will help my client not only as quickly as possible, most powerfully, but also hopefully permanently. And so, yes, I actually, not to take away from Dolores, obviously, I regard her as, I honor her because what I learned from Dolores Cannon, specifically from Dolores Cannon, is something I didn't know was possible. And it is this specific thing. What I didn't know before I became certified with her process is that we as practitioners have the ability to communicate with a person's superconscious mind. I call that the superior consciousness, not just the subconscious. Now, I already had, I was able to achieve amazing results and healings and transformations with people communicating with their subconscious mind. That's kind of the whole point of hypnotherapy, if you're working with somebody who knows what they're doing, right? So I knew about that for a long time from, again, many other teachers. And I had been doing that for years. But once I learned from Dolores Cannon that we have the ability to communicate with a person's superior consciousness, a whole different, a much bigger world. That was a whole next level for me. Not just for me, but also for my clients, obviously, right? Because that is how I learned, if it is warranted, you can gain instant healing. Just like I shared in the video before this one with the young man that I work with and many other people, but that was a specific case. You can understand what your purpose is. If you want to, you can communicate with your deceased loved ones, and many, many other possibilities and potentials. So for me personally, that is the greatest gift Dolores Cannon gave to me. And just like typical me, the old me, I'm always skeptical, doubtful. I kind of was like, can I pull this off? Is this really possible? Can I really do this? Or is it only Dolores Cannon that can do this? I had to prove to myself that this is real, that this is doable, this is available, and anybody can achieve it. And of course, I wouldn't be sharing this video with you if I didn't know that this was absolutely possible. I also want to share a little something about instant healing, because I know, just as I'm saying it, right? It may sound too good to be true. It may sound like, come on, how could you claim such a thing? How can I claim it? It's because I've seen it. Many, not only read from Dolores Cannon's books, but I have seen it firsthand in person. And to me, that is all the proof in the pudding I need. That's just me. And if this weren't true, shame on me. Because then all these people that I've worked would come forward and basically my reputation would be ruined. My reputation is everything I have. And the reason I wanted to share this video with you is to help you see, and maybe to even impress upon you, how powerful you are. The potential that is available to you, the possibilities that are available to you, simply by giving yourself the opportunity to communicate with your, communicating with the conscious mind is easy, right? Because right now we're having a conscious conversation, goes into the conscious mind. But once you communicate with your subconscious mind and your superconscious mind, that's when you get to know so many more things about yourself. Just like I said, I didn't know what I didn't know, that you maybe didn't know what you didn't know, what blocks you might have, getting rid of irrational fears, self-doubt, maybe feeling not good enough or not worthy, which, by the way, these are the top issues that I help people usually solve, or even physical chronic pain. Especially if you're somebody who has had some kind of a physical, emotional, or mental issue, whatever you like to call it, and maybe you have already sought out Western medicine, the best doctors, the best specialists, the best experts, and all they can either give you is more and more meds, or they're like, hey, there's nothing wrong with you, or they might be, hey, we exhausted everything, there's nothing else we can do, which can be, I've heard my clients are on their knees. They're like, I'm so sick and tired of hearing there's nothing wrong with me. I can feel the pain. I can feel there's something wrong with me. It is, disappointing to say the least, and insulting to say the most. So I wanted to share this, because what if there is a way to help you solve that? Can I make guarantees, promises? No, nobody can. Because again, it's not just me doing this. It's a done with process. We're doing this together, right? If we decide to work together. And therefore, I can't take 100%. I can only take 100% responsibility for showing up and giving you my best. And that guarantee I can give you. So if you are curious or want to know more about this, feel free to reach out. You already know how to comment on my channel. And that is probably the easiest way to get in touch with me. I always make sure that I read all my comments and I am in touch with my community. So thank you again, John. I really appreciate, and I really appreciate using your name, which often people hide behind numbers and all, and that's fine for whatever privacy purposes. But thank you again for taking the time out of your schedule and sharing your thoughts. I hope this was useful.